Alright, how to how I open the headlights for the 2009 to 14 Acura TL. Once the headlight is off, there's gonna be this socket for the bracket, which I already took off. So this connects a bracket piece which goes onto the car. So this basically is a section is for where I'm to mount the brackets on, right? So that's straightforward. Next thing I did was basically remove three Phillips, and one gonna be here from the back, another one's gonna be right over here. So it's basically holding on the lens. So there's 1, 2, and 3 right here. So literally 3 of them. And what I did was basically put everything inside one Ziploc bag, so at least I know exactly where everything is. Then once that's done, I make sure everything is tight. I could take this out, but I don't see the big deal without the ballast. That can come off, but I think it's not necessary. I think even if you take this one off, there's going to be a hole inside that connects it to the bulb. I'm not sure if it's this one or the other model, but this does not need to come off. Neither does the back of the low beam, and then also the park light over here. So literally there's connections for 1, this is high beam, 2, this is the ballast for the low beam, and 3, this is for the park light. So none of this needs to come out. This is the OEM headlight, so this is what everything should look like. You can see the Honda on there, the Honda stamp on there. Yeah, this is for adjusting the light angle as well. Yeah, but it's OEM, so it shouldn't be a problem. There are these clips, or yeah, basically they're clips or tabs, whatever you want to call it. So they're literally around the entire headlight where it's sealed. So literally that's how it comes. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward. Apart from taking out the screws, those initial 3 screws, everything else is pretty straightforward. It's just going to take a little muscle. And so what I did, I tried using the heat gun, but the heat gun is going to take pretty long, and for 2 it's just it doesn't cover as much surface area as I would want, so it's not going to cover as fast. So if I should do, let's say, one side and try to pry out this side first, the headlight's so big that by the time I will get to even the center or even the other end, it basically gonna get cold. So it's just gonna be a lot more work and more possibility of damaging stuff. So I try to avoid that. What I'm gonna do though, however, is do it for the oven. I'm gonna try it in the oven and see how it works. All right. This is what it looks like after the oven. It was in the oven. The temperature I put it was 250 degrees Celsius for about 5 to 10 minutes. I kept checking at intervals just to make sure that it doesn't overheat for 1, or 2, these doesn't get damaged. So the 250 was pretty low. I didn't feel like anything was scorching. It was pretty hot when I took it out, I'm gonna be honest, but it was just good enough to melt the sealant pretty evenly through and through. So this is what it's like. Side note, take out the park light bulb, take out the entire socket, because when taking out the lens it might be pose a little bit of challenge, but that's side note. So this is what the lens look like inside. So outside, and this is the inside. It's OEM, As you can see, everything has the Honda stamp on there. There's only like a couple screws here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 no stable screw. Every tab goes into a specific place, so you just have to be gentle when removing this stuff. But otherwise, it's pretty straightforward doing anything else. So easiest method, oven. I did consider using the heat gun on high. However, the problem was the heat gun would definitely not heat up enough space in time for me to do it properly, or it would definitely take some time just to even work one angle to get into the center, to get down to the end, or whichever way I started. The heat gun just definitely wouldn't sustain as long as possible, or long enough, or efficient enough, and then probably gonna have to burn out the heat gun just to heat up this properly. So the oven surprisingly fit, and yeah, if the oven doesn't work, or if I don't have a oven, then I'll probably just use the heat gun. But for the most part right now, oven it is, and it literally just comes right off. Only thing I used was these two screwdrivers right here. They are tools made for this specifically. However, it's like it gets the job done just the same, but they are specific tools for that.